Alright, so this is one of the most embarrassing flights I've had for a long time. I've been out of practice. My system often has this seizure mid-flight. My attempts at GPS recalibration wasn't taking, and I really don't like doing a long-range flight from a narrow slot surrounded by trees. Of course, the obvious double ridge line to initially follow turned into rolling hills that lost definition. Then the mountain to the left of where I was aiming closely resembled the target mountain, so I started aiming way too far to the left, which I should have known better about. Then I went behind the trees along the road I was parked on and had a full video out for 3 full seconds, which feels like twice as long when you're flying. Then I was all shaken up and nervous and ended up almost at peak altitude when I was still 1.5 miles out. Plus, it was farther away than it looked, so it took more battery than expected on top of my not flying efficiently. At that point, I wasn't comfortable keeping close to the mountain ridge line, and I surpassed my halfway battery capacity before reaching the top, so I was concerned about the power to return. So then, when I made it to the peak, I didn't do any scenic circle or even dive the down ridge, but just turned back and started praying for a safe return, and that I didn't get outside of my narrow line of sight that makes me feel so claustrophobic. Then on my way down, I couldn't see the road from so far away, so I didn't exactly know if I was heading in the right direction, and I couldn't depend on my GPS. But, praise God, I managed to hang in there and hold the course until I could. I guess that'll be my spiritual lesson for the day, that we have to put our trust and faith in God and His Word, the Holy Bible, to know where we are and where we are going, even when we don't really feel like we know. That's why reading and studying the Bible is so important, so that we can know God's will, and so that we can submit and follow it, regardless of our circumstances. This is the key to life, and not just life here on earth, but life eternal after we face our Creator on Judgment Day. So may you enter the narrow gate and follow the narrow path that leads to real life.
So stressless, keep eternity entrance. Crowd don't quiet down when it coming up in your set list. You got a voice, you gotta project it. Credit is priceless. You justified the fight, the thing left in you. Justified the fear that you let win in for the judge of heaven. I recognize. Keep it quiet, akin to a homicide. I'm through some Medusa, keep it petrified. We gotta speak up while we still aside. In matter of fact, living in matter of fact, gripping in matter of fact, combo the love and the hope. Timeline expanding, my links that we're standing. No matter the gate, we slashing the front.